Madman Dan.
And Angel.
San Diego Harley-Davidson, and we are so excited to be involved in debuting Ro's music video, Bad Boys.
Mama, please help me, I can't help myself, I like them bad boys.
How did you get involved with San Diego Harley-Davidson and decide to shoot a music video here?
So I wrote and recorded Bad Boys, and I wasn't quite sure how to roll it out, but I knew I had to do some social media promo. And I had asked a friend if I could, borrow his motorcycle and have him ride me around on it or whatever. And he was too camera shy, so I was complaining about it to my friend, Sean, and he actually works here, so he was like, why don't I just connect you with Angel and see if she can have you come to the store and they can pull out some bikes for you or something.
When Ro approached us with it, she called and was like, I kind of want to do this music video. Do you think I could use the space or something? I was like, you can use the whole dealership. That's gonna be great. We actually are home to Bad Boys. We kind of got a lot of them between the tattoos and the Harleys.
So he gave me Angel's number, and it was funny because when we first were trying to talk, I was in the mountains in Mammoth, and she was in Arizona, and so we kind of had to get together this half an hour. And we chatted, and she was like, just come down to the store and check it out.
Kind of the cool thing is that we first met Ro, or at least I did, with when we were doing a stunt show in the parking lot. And I said, your song is Bad Boys. I hadn't heard it yet. And I'm like, here, you want a video clip? Watch this. And I said, hey, guys, because, of course, I paid the team. And I'm like, we grabbed her and put her, and she fearlessly stood in the middle of a stunt show. And these guys did wheelies and burnouts around her. And
then she brings in the stunt guys, and I was like, we have some shots with these guys, but she actually gets on the motorcycle as they're doing wheelies.
Tell me about working with the Senders Only guys.
I came by and I was just like, hey, do you want to be in my music video? And they were like, sure, we just want to ride, whatever, we don't care. So luckily they were free that day, and they came by, they brought their bikes, and they were like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, I honestly have no idea. Let's put something together. I don't know. So they actually came up with a lot of the ideas, sit here on the bike. Do you want to do a wheelie? And I was like, yes.
No stunt doubles used in the whole video. Ro actually rode on the back of that wheelie. She actually was in all of the scenes. That was her. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you actually did that?
And let's face it, she's not hard to look at, and that really worked with what we were doing that day. And
Bad Boys track has this raw, rebellious tone to it.
Jake, who I did the wheelie with, he was like, okay, are you holding on? And I was like, yeah, of course I'm holding on. Don't you feel me? And then all of a sudden the bike just goes, and my neck just jerked back, and I was not expecting it, but I was hanging on, thankfully. And then when I was looking up at the sky, we did it a few times. It was so funny. I was just like, oh my gosh, nothing is real. This is crazy. All I could see was sky, and my hair is dragging on the street. But yeah, it was really fun and a really cool experience.
How do you feel about the overall experience?
Working with Ro at Harley-Davidson has been an absolute godsend. When I saw that throne, I said that is going to be the center of our video.
What's the history behind the Chrome Throne?
Dan, you were telling me earlier, where did that Chrome Throne come from?
Yeah, the Chrome Throne has quite a legacy or history. In fact, all of my Harley stores always tried to showcase music and bikes. It always seemed to go really well. My store in Missouri, we built a stage. We had Dylan Schneider, and when he was just starting out, Old Dominion would play on our stage, because back then they just wanted to be heard. So it has always resonated with me that we want to do that. So we had this thing called Got Pipes. And it was basically a talent contest. American Idol had just started, so we started showcasing young talent. And then Game of Thrones came out, so we had a whiteout, and it was 3 degrees for 2 weeks in Missouri, and we're like, hey boss, what do you want to do? And hey, you want us to build you a Chrome Throne? And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Game of Thrones? I'm like, what's Game of Thrones? So of course I had to see it. And then I saw the Iron Throne, and then I'm like, hell yeah, I want one. So they took all the takeoff mufflers, and they built the Chrome Throne, which is funny because the movie out right now with Jason Statham, they have a Chrome Throne in that. So I think I started it.
First of all, the Chrome Throne, I was like, oh, I gotta be you know, a queen. I have to sit on that. And what do queens have? The servants. And I was like, the bad boys have to be my servants.
Who did you collaborate with on this video?
San Diego Harley-Davidson with Dan and Angel. They opened up their space to me, and they were just like really accommodating the entire time. Tomlyn, the director and producer. I hired a stylist, Amy Russo. She helped me put together the looks. I had you here for BTS and for general support. And my friends who volunteered to be the bad boys.
I think one of the greatest sides was when they needed to come back and film some more for the music video. Our stunt team was like, "We're in."
They did. They all volunteered happily.
There was no arm twisting,
No arm
getting them
twisting was
come back.
involved.
Right. As a matter of fact, they were kind of mad that there were some other dudes involved because they think they are legitimately the bad boys.
We basically had bad boys beating down the door to do the video for Ro, for sure.
I'm a big fan. I've heard the song. I love it. And I kind of wanted to ask, hey, could we take out motorcycle and put in Harley? But
How do you feel about the overall experience?
I want to thank Dan, Angel, and Harley-Davidson of San Diego to let us film this video here. I couldn't ask for more.
It's been really cool to have my relationship with, you know, Dan and Angel here at Harley-Davidson blossom.
so we really have always loved showcasing, you know, music and especially people trying to get something said, and we like to push it out, and that's why this was kind of you know, you had me at hello. It was just kind of a perfect thing to do, and this is a great place to do it.
Can you give me some background about Harley-Davidson of San Diego?
I think this dealership was created in 1913, and through its different metamorphoses and changing along the line, there's always been a connection. In fact, the Christian rap / rock band POD, Payable on Death, they first started in San Diego. They currently still to this day practice in our facility. They play in the parking lot once a year, and so we're all about music, right? We're about rock and roll and rolling and freedom of expression, and you know, it's kind of our slogan, right? San Diego Harley, ride the one you love.